Hello, Paso. This is Wicked Ink 915, tattoo artist out of the borderland. I specialize in custom tattoos and digital art for band logos, business logos, and personalized art. Find me on Instagram at Wicked Ink underscore 915 or under Wicked Vinyl Creation to schedule appointments for your next tattoo or to get your personalized merch such as stickers, t-shirts, mugs, and patches. Thank you and have a great day.
We're back here at the Rockhouse Dive Bar Kitchen venue. It's a very special episode of the BAMC Showcast. A little while back, I was asked to partner up on a festival. So we have EP Kings of Metal, or EP Metal Kingdom rather, and BAMC Showcast present Power Fest, Southwest Power Fest Level 1. This is the brainchild of Dani Pinion. My guests this time are actually Dani himself and his partner in crime / BFF, Laura Chacon.
Yeah.
How you guys doing? Welcome to the show.
Hello, Mike.
What's up, everybody? Yeah.
Actually, I just realized this. Dani is the first repeat guest on the show. He was in the Sleaze episode a few months back. So
Since then, Sleaze has disbanded and on to new things. But you could follow Blackout.
yep. Well, and your primary project, of course, Spellbreaker.
Yeah, you could. I'm not even like promoting my own band. I'm promoting everyone else's band.
How can you forget Spellbreaker?
Yeah.
Well, and we have also former Spellbreaker, Laura.
Hey, how's it going?
Okay, so Dani, I forget when. It's not too long ago. You came up with this idea. He's like, "Hey, man, I want to do a Power Metal Fest. Do you want to team up?" I was like, "Fuck yeah, sounds awesome." So take us back. What made you come up with this idea? When did you first have it? And when made you think, okay, 2025 Rockhouse is a time to do it?
So basically the approval of disability, and I'm like, that's a shitload of money. And then I'm like, and then I look at everyone else having festivals like in Denver, because you have Mile High Power Fest, you have Mad with Power, and I think Madison, Wisconsin, and then
Dallas,
Storm.
Atlanta.
You have like so many other like power metal festivals everywhere. And I'm like, why not do something like that here? And while I was thinking of that, I was also on the toilet. And like, I don't know, like I came up with the name Southwest Power Fest just sitting there, and I'm like, huh. I was like, what if I do that? And then of course it started by asking some bands that I knew, and they introduced me to other bands, and I messaged you saying if you wanted to get in on it, because we were talking about like bringing stuff here. Of course, we were like Ale Storm, but that's
Little
something
expensive.
big. Like that's the white whale. It can happen.
It will one day.
Yeah.
And power metal is such a cool genre. It's such an obscure genre. I do find myself finding the most random people that listen to power metal. A lot of them being gamers, because a lot of video game music is very melodic and classical sounding. And you will find that a lot of gamers and the most random people like power metal. It's such a cool genre. And I think that we have, with El Paso and the surrounding areas, we have a good amount of fans. Like, we have a good fan base for this genre.
I agree, because like I love the idea. I'm a late metal bloomer. And I grew up mostly a hip hop guy, but I got I guess more of the Euro bands like Storm, and Dani's one introduced me to Tyr, and of course you have bands like Visions of Atlantis. But I mean, I always loved the Euro genre, and when Dani came up with the idea, I was like, okay, this sounds awesome. But that Visions of Atlantis show that you opened up for, I saw the people in the crowd, and there were several people dressed as pirates. I'm like, holy shit, he's onto something here.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, there is hope in El Paso. Because to me, I was scared, like, do people know about Visions of Atlantis here? And then, like, all of a sudden, like, we're waiting in the VIP. Yeah, that's right. I opened on, we also got VIP. Um, and then, there was a line, and I was like, there's a fucking line for Visions of Atlantis. So, that got me excited. And then, like, since then I've been more hyped about the idea, because I'm like, okay, the market's here. You just have to find a way to market it, because a lot of the people, they have their kids and they brought their kid. Like, I talked to a few of them and they had like their daughter, and she was dressed like a pirate. She was like 14, like my 14. And so I'm like, huh. And that's where the all ages thing, I was like, that's what we need to do.
Yeah, definitely. We have a lot of people in our age group and above that listen to good music, metal, and a lot of them do have kids, unfortunately. So I noticed that that's usually the
Hey.
this one. He has a kid.
Hey, my sperm flies.
His sperm flies, everyone. Um,
Here's your next single.
it's gonna draw a bigger audience, definitely, I think, if it's like family friendly and appealing to all ages.
I agree, definitely. Plus, this is El Paso. I mean, it's a family town. There's no way around that.
Yeah.
But the Danny when he came with the concept, what I love, he said, "Oh, I want to do like pretty much Metal Fest and a Ren Fair had a baby, you know, like cosplay." And I was like, okay, that's cool. We get behind that. We get the gamers. We get like you said, the cosplayers. And then Danny started pitching in the anime crowd. So like we're coming after different like I guess different markets, different sections, which I think is a good idea. But what made you? I like this idea. I wouldn't have thought of this, but what made you reach out to the anime and get that audience?
Because these are different crowds that I've been around. Like, of course, I'm a metalhead, and then I also love comic books. Like, I love everything, video games. Like, I'm well rounded with all that stuff. The only thing we're missing is Star Wars. I'm like, damn, man, that's a good crowd too. That's like almost everyone. Um,
Yeah, but so what we weebs and nerds have in common is that we're not afraid to dress up. And in fact, it's an awesome excuse to dress up. And we can really express ourselves and our interests
yeah.
on days like these. So we should just go all out.
Yeah, I haven't dressed up in quite a while, but I am a former El Paso Ghostbuster, and I had a couple Casey Jones outfits, so it's time to. That was since I haven't done this since 2019, so it's time to break it out. I got some guidance here, but you will see me in pirate attire at the event.
Nice.
Yeah.
I know I'll be. Yar.
So, I said the festival's the 20th, but however, the day before happens to be, I think it's coincidence. I don't know if he planned it this way or just worked out, but it happens to be Talk Like a Pirate Day. So we got Laura here hosting a Talk Like a Pirate Day karaoke launch party the 19th. She'll be hosting not only that, but the festival itself. So
Yes.
and you were telling me about all kinds of ideas you got. So
Yes.
give us a little sneak peek, if you will.
Yes, so please, it happened. The festival itself is the 20th, but the day before, September 19th, is International Talk Like a Pirate Day. And Danny and I, with our love of Ailstorm and dressing up as pirates, we celebrate it almost every year. We have for the past 4 years. So it's a perfect opportunity to make a day out of it. And we plan to have a Southwest Power Fest festival pre-party, uh, completely Talk Like a Pirate themed. And we are encouraging you guys to dress up as pirates as well. There will be a free booty scattered about. When I say free booty, you guys will get little rewards here and there for karaoke. There's gonna be a treasure hunt, and the drunker the better. And if you guys happen to sing pirate themed songs or entertain talking like a pirate, you will get rewards for that as well. So please come out and please karaoke. It doesn't necessarily have to be pirate themed music, but it's encouraged.
Yeah, and the more alcohol, the more you drink, the better we all sound. So that's very encouraging.
Everyone's gonna be singing Ailstorm all night. Like, we're gonna be singing "Fucked with an Anchor." Oh, that's my song.
I guess mine would be probably Wolves of the Sea.
Mine would be Melancholy Angel. Yeah. or Drink by Ailstorm. I like that one too.
I rocked my Rum Beer Quest to Meet shirt.
Oh shit.
So we got
So
the whole. So the day before we have the bands playing the day before. Maybe not all, but hopefully a good amount of bands will partake in the event, depending on what time they land and whatnot. But the plan is get them loaded in the day before, get a few interviews with them prior to the party, and just go nuts, have a good time. And then the next day we have at least 12 hours. We have I booked one band. We can't eat it at all. We got 13 bands. We have Lucha Libre. We have fire dancers, a belly dancer. We got the New Mexico Mermaids. We have several food vendors. What am I forgetting, Danny?
cosplayers,
Oh,
cosplay
the cosplay.
contest.
Yes.
For adults and kids.
Yeah, we got two cosplay contests, one for adults, one for kids. We have, was it 4 judges now?
It's 4 judges, yeah.
4 local cosplay judges. One's actually a pretty big deal. We'll have her on the podcast very soon. And there is was it first, second, and third prize we have?
First, second, and third prizes for adults, and then for kids, there'll be a girl and a boy winner.
Nice. And it's not just rent. You can cosplay as anything. It doesn't have to be Ren Fair. We'll obviously be encouraging Ren Fair. And
It
Pirate
could be
Fair, but
anime,
it
video
could be
games.
Star Trek or whatever.
Yeah, like
It could be your own character that you made up.
Yeah.
That's fine too. It's all encouraged.
the more people dress up, the more fun it'll be.
Yes, exactly. So now you've been in this power metal scene a lot longer than me. You're way more experienced and you have a lot of contacts in and out of town. So how did you go about like the bands you booked, the out of towners, out of staters? Were you a lot of these guys you played with before on different shows, or just guys you happen to come in contact with over the years? Or
Actually, a lot of them I barely met when I was booking, and it was because last year Tier played with Troll Fest, and
that was an awesome show.
one of the bands that I have on the show, they came from Denver to watch the show here, and I remember they had a band, a folk metal band, and so I contacted my friend Matthew.
And which band is this? We have like 4 from
Thundersail.
Colorado. Thundersail. Okay.
It's Thundersail. They're the pirate themed one, so they probably will be dressed as pirates on Talk Like a Pirate Day. But yeah, I contacted him and he was in like right away. And then from there he gave me a bunch of other Colorado bands. He put out a post, and then a bunch of Colorado bands reached out to me. So pretty much the fest is a bunch of Colorado bands. And pretty much from there, yeah, I got it with those. Then of course, we have Burning Sunday and Invictus.
Yeah, our Alamo buddies.
Yeah. And Valkyrie's Fire is the one that like I was looking for a headliner, and I was like getting frustrated that no band would like take it. And I'm like, fuck. And in the middle of the night, I look at Legions of Metal, right? Like Legions of Metal Festival, and I see this one band name. It's the one band name that sticks out on the whole flyer. It says Valkyrie's Fire. And I looked them up on Instagram. This is at 2 in, and like I'm all in the bathroom. Where's the bathroom, right? And
On the toilet.
on the toilet. I send them a message, and by like at 5 o'clock I wake up. The bassist messages me and asks me about the details. Make them a guarantee offer. By 7 I have them booked. When I wake up, I have another band, and I like them because they have a male and a female vocalist, and like kind of like Visions of Atlantis. And I've always liked that.
Like how Spellbreaker used to.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm glad you were a fan, Mike.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to go there. Anyways, I'm sorry, I interrupted. Continue.
No. But yeah, so then that's how I got Valkyrie's Fire. And shit, I'm trying to. And then of course I got the El Paso bands, Abyss Walker, the only
Good
other
dudes, yeah.
Ivory King, which sort of on the line of power metal, like slightly influenced. Trying to think what else.
Was it 3 Arizona bands you?
3. Oh yeah,
Because I thought it was 12. I was like, no, it's 13. That's like, I guess Ivory King was the 13th.
yeah. Ivory King was the 13th.
Because Ford, Colorado, was it 3 Arizona or am I off?
Is it 3? I think 2. It's
2?
2 Arizona. Cavasura and Nether Dread.
Okay.
And I found them because I went to. We were looking for what was it, Adavant. I was trying to book Adavant, and then I found a bunch of flyers of bands that Adavant played with, and there was one called Cavasura. And then I looked up their music, and it's very folky, like a Russian folk. And I was like, this is pretty badass. So I reached out to them, and they were in. And the guitarist, he also has another band, and he's like, "Hey, can I bring this band? We have a female singer." Like, yeah, because to me, I think female singers are badass.
Me too.
So there's a bunch of. If you notice, this festival has like a good amount of bands with female vocalists. It would have had more.
Laura's taking all kinds of heat tonight.
But she had to like ditch us and go to Phoenix.
I'm
And
taking
Europe and Spain and
I have traveled many lands.
But you're still part of it.
Yes, I am.
You're
And I'm
the
happy to
host.
be. Yeah.
You're gonna be talking all night.
I can't wait. I hope you guys listen to me because I have a lot of good things to say and not very good things.
You're also gonna be like,
I'm going to be drunk, so I'm probably going to say less good things as the night goes on.
yeah.
I don't know, you're pretty happy drunk from what I remember.
I am. Thank you.
You're not allowed to do. Yeah, you could only do one of two. You do both, you're gone.
So,
True.
I was a
true.
trooper though, because I did a benefit show here back in January, and homegirl drove from fucking Phoenix to be here just to show support. So
That's awesome. I hope we get that kind of love. Please come out, guys. It's gonna mean the world to us. It's an act of trying to bring another community that isn't really like talked about. You know, we don't really gather unless it's for bands that we have in common, and it's a great way to connect with our local power metal community.
And what I'm trying to do here is like make this big. Yeah, right now it's local, but like from local, I want to build it where people actually fly in from other cities to see some of these bands.
the goal is we want more in the future. Like I said, the level 1. I'm gonna
Yeah.
spill it. This is level 1. Next year the goal is level 2, and so on and so on. I mean, we had some shoot for the stars. I mean, I contacted some high level bands, and then one of them shot me down right away. But I was actually surprised they hit me back right. It was actually pretty cool. It was God damn it, I'm blanking.
Was it one of the 7 bands?
Yeah,
Seven Spires?
Seven Spires.
Kingdom?
There we go. Yeah.
Seven
Yeah.
Kingdom. What's the other one?
No, they played here back in I think it was early 2019. I think it was them and After Time. Oh, that was a good show. And that's back when they only had the one album out.
I was trying to contact After Time.
I did too. I never got hold of them either.
I got their booking agent. Like I have all their booking agents, but like they get back to me after I booked everything, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe the next year.
Yeah.
But like next year is already shaped. Like I'm already on to the next year.
Yeah. And another band we wanted, I mean, we hope to get in the future, Dread Crew of Otwood. I'd never heard of them until we went to that Tears show. Those guys are badass.
Yeah, they're fun people.
But yeah, like I said, it's a cool genre. I mean, Corpus is a lot of people. I mean, not trying to be rude here, but a lot of people, they say, oh, metal, they think, oh, hard, heavy, death metal, growling. That's not what we're doing all here. I mean, you might have some hard vocals, but a lot of singing, very melodic, a lot of instruments. I'll let you guys describe. You guys.
I think it's like it's usually war themed or just dragon riding playlist type of music.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you pretty much what this festival has. It's pretty much power metal adjacent bands. So it's pretty much traditional heavy metal, like new wave of traditional heavy metal, like trad bands,
Yeah.
trad metal, and then you have symphonic metal, and you have folk metal. So it's like just a bunch, because that's pretty much what the power metal genre is, like just a bunch of these things put together most of the time.
like as many bands as I see and as many shows I go to, and I'm getting a little better, but I suck when it comes to metal and subgenres. Like if you quiz me, I'm gonna bomb. I'm gonna fail. But I know like pirate metal, Viking metal, it's all subgenre of folk metal. I know that
Yeah.
much, but like you're like, oh, I remember one time you asked, like, you're a big pirate metal fan. I was like, oh yeah, I like the Euro stuff. I like Ailstorm, and you're like putting it like, oh, he means this.
Yeah. There's just so many like subgenres, and some of them overlap one another. Some overlap fantasy with like piracy, and
Yeah.
some overlap, power with symphonic, and it's such a cool sound. It
It is.
tickles the brain, and it inspires imagination.
What I like about a lot of power metal or folk metal bands is they'll stick to one niche. Like you have a Windrose, and
Dwarf metal.
it's just dwarf metal. I'm like it's they're not dwarves. They're actually like normal sized people, but like they call themselves dwarf metal. All their music's like just freaking about like Tolkien style dwarves.
Like hobbits and elves
Yeah,
and
like
shit.
pretty much like stuff like that.
That's cool.
And it's like that show was fun when I went to Phoenix to see them.
Yeah, I would say, I haven't seen that Arizona show since pre-COVID, but Phoenix, they get so when it comes to like just shows overall, but like fantasy metal, melodic metal, stuff like that. I feel like we might get a third of what they get. Because I
Yeah.
remember going there for like Ailstorm and Fozzy and stuff, and I see the familiar flyers we have at Rockhouse, and I see all these other ones like, whoa, shit, we missed this. Like
Yeah,
Ailstorm, when I saw them, it was 2018, and it was in a larger room at Club Red, and that thing was, I think it holds like 5,000. That whole thing was standing room like jam packed. I know you guys saw them a few years later, or you probably seen them a little once, right?
wait, who?
Ailstorm.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, a handful of times, huh?
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I'm like,
And
yes.
usually it's in Phoenix because they don't really come around here.
The last time I saw him was in Albuquerque with Alvin King and Glyph, and that's another thing. I'm like, what I want to do with this power metal festival, I want there to be a market that bands don't skip El Paso, because if you look at their tour dates, it'll be Dallas and then Phoenix, and you're like, hey,
Yeah, it's
hey.
like you passed us.
Yeah.
You passed us. How could you pass us?
Or they'll be like, straight to Albuquerque, fuck you, El Paso. And I'm like, oh man.
But we're here.
Hey, we legit tried to get Ailstorm. He crashed and burned, but we tried to pick him on the day off, but it didn't work.
Yeah. But it's like it's just a lot of work to get this going, like to build this market. And this is how you kind of have to start. And from here, I mean, it's gonna grow.
Yeah.
Like I believe in this festival. I believe with the people we set it up with. Like the Rockhouse, they're providing pretty much
Yeah.
the place for us with sound and
I mean,
everything.
legit the best. I mean, outside of an arena show, the best soundboard in town.
Yeah.
I don't think that's debatable.
Yeah, like we can't. This is our best venue in the city. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah.
There's no other venue that brings these kinds of shows that has quality lighting.
Like I said, at Rockhouse, you get an $80,000 soundboard and a buddy to run it.
Yeah, and I'm happy we were able to get the cosplayers, food trucks.
Oh, wait a minute now. You booked several food trucks, but you just landed a big one officially. You gotta announce that, dude.
Oh yeah, the big one. That's track one.
Woo, track one.
wings, dude. Double dip, honey hot.
Them some meaty wings.
Yeah, we have that. We have 2 Mexican, Valkyrie's Kitchen, and Somo's. Yeah, and a Hawaiian barbecue. I think it's Oceanside. Yeah, it's called Oceanside.
So get as
barbecue.
drunk as you want while plenty of food to feed you.
That's
Yeah.
right.
You want something bite-sized, you quick? We got Weirdo Beardo Jerky. His shit is bomb. He sells that every festival, every convention he does.
Yeah.
Nice. You can
Oh
count
yeah,
on
and
him.
then Smokey's Barbecue. So you get your tech. This is for like, because I know some bands will probably be listening to this podcast from outside. If you want to try Texas style barbecue, we have it here. You guys don't have to, leave the place. Like no one has to leave. That's why there's options. Like, you don't have to, like, oh, well, I have to go get food and I'll come back. No, there's food everywhere. Uh, there's food, there's alcohol, there's cosplayers, there's metal.
There's
Yeah.
Lucha Libre.
Lucha Libre, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Get
so we start off this event here. Well, right before the first band starts, we have Lucha League of El Paso here. They're gonna be here, put on a show. They'll have big setup right outside the patio, and then probably right about a little bit before that ends, we'll have the first band start. We have that going on. We have Hip Shum Fire Dancer. They're gonna do 2 different 10-minute routines that night. I mean, they juggle fire, so that's obviously gonna be outside and after the sun drops. You have a belly dancer too. I'm not familiar
yeah,
with her.
Nadira. She's a good friend of mine.
Awesome.
The last time I saw her belly dance was in Juarez at Judas Sabbath show, like with James Rivera.
Oh, nice.
Rivera was tribute band, and it was great. So I was like, I have always told her, I'm like, you need a belly dance again. And like, I've always encouraged her, but she never did it. But then I told her, hey, you want a belly dance at Power Fest? So she's been practicing. So it'll be her first time returning in years.
Yeah.
As,
So now we keep mentioning the cosplayers, but also we need to mention is the tickets for this event. There are 15 in advance. You can get them online. We have the tickets. Spice link up. 20 at the door.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes. Please come and
But-
dress up.
Pre-show, the Instagram, the BAMC Showcase Instagram, the Southwest Metal Fest Instagram, the Facebook page. We have the ticket spice links. $15 advance, no fees. How many shows do that?
Yeah. And it'll be worth it. We have local and outside talent. So please come and support. It would show them that we're worth playing for, and it would be a new experience for some of us and an awesome one for those that know what to expect.
And get the whole family involved. I mean, you got all ages show. I mean, it'll be a safe event. It's not gonna be there's not gonna be a rough pit or anything like that. That's not that kind of crowd. I mean, the pirate metal crowd is very mellow. They might make you sit down and row the boat, and that's about it.
rope. It's pretty calm.
So, anything else we should add before we take off here?
Let's see.
Have we forgotten any guests? That's what I'm trying to think.
Any guess?
We'll have other vendors there. We have some artists there. We got Ana Torres singing her art. We got Capo Santos, Texas Leather. He's helped me with my outfits. He'll be there displaying his works.
We have Sweet Baby Jesus smelling, I guess, smelling up the place with empanadas, but
Yeah.
selling empanadas. Who else? Let's see. Damn, I have a list on my phone. Why don't I just pull that?
Of course, I have all the Rockhouse goes, her second drinks, all kinds of specials all day long.
Yeah, let me.
We might have some Pirate of Mabel themed drinks. We're working on that.
Man, we're gonna
Laura's
need
a plethora of ideas over here.
Let's see. Vendors. What are my vendors? Okay. So,
Just
Southwest Anime.
Hey, do the whole list. Go from top to bottom. Make sure
Okay. Weirdo Beardo Jerky. Sweet Baby Jesus, the empanadas. Southwest Anime. I guess they sell.
They sell all kinds of Japanese snacks and drinks. So it's nice to have a good non-alcoholic drink vendor. Shout out to them. Actually, their dad is actually my property manager. So shout out to Ron.
And then Bodie Farms, which they're doing their thing, Build a Dragon. So
And that's like
that
Build-A-Bear
one's geared towards
similar?
the kids. Yeah, it's like Build a Bear, but you're building a dragon, which is pretty cool in my opinion.
I think it's pretty cool. Yeah. So go to your first Metal Fest as a 5-year-old and build yourself a freaking dragon, dude.
We have Jazz Zaramir selling her art. We have Ana Torres selling her art.
And she told me she's making actually specific paintings for this event.
Yeah,
Nice.
and jewelry boxes, guys.
Oh, nice.
Like for all you ladies who want to put your gothic jewelry away instead of laying it around on a table, you should look up her stuff. It's pretty cool. And let's see, and then Campo Santo Texas Leather,
Yeah.
which is Javi's.
I'll be rocking my shit. I'll be getting hopefully some boots and some belts from him in time for the event.
He made Slash's boots.
Slash, was it Pharrell, and he actually refurbished a pair for Gene Simmons.
Yep. And then we have the We have the Mermaids. What's their
New Mexico Mermaids.
the New Mexico Mermaids?
Yeah, if you see the same ones they've done El Paso Comic Con, they're good people.
Yeah,
Kids love them.
and then the food trucks, Somos Gorditas, and then Valkyrie's Kitchen, which, and I just saw Valkyrie's Fire like when I announced them. They're like, "Hey, do we get free tacos?" That was cracking me up. Um, and then Oceanside Hawaiian, so and Smoking Jack's Barbecue, and
Some
then
Spam
Track.
Loco sounds good right by now.
Yeah, man, all that sounds good. And then yeah, that's pretty much all the things we have. All the bands. I would actually like to go.
Yeah, in detail, please.
So from Alamogordo, New Mexico, we have Invictus and Burning Sunday.
Shout out to Bartman, my partner.
And then Ivory Kings from El Paso, Texas. Nether Dread is from Tucson. Mystigards from Denver. Abyss Walker is from El Paso. Torn from Stone, also another Denver band. Or Colorado, Denver area. Beyond Forgiveness, another Colorado. Cavasura, Tucson. Spellbreaker, El Paso.
Oh, those
Siege
guys.
Perilous, Colorado. Thundersail, Colorado. And Valkyrie's Fire from Tennessee.
Yeah.
They're the ones that are traveling
Yeah.
far.
Those are they get the freaking flyer or the freaking driver award, I guess.
Yeah, man, that's quite a drive.
So man, it sounds like Colorado's really bringing it, man.
Yeah, this year. And I'm excited to see every one of these bands because like I had to like look at everyone's music, making sure there's no death metal elements and nothing but death metal. And I'm like, oh no. I was like, that's too growly. We need to cool it.
Yeah.
And also part of it when I did that benefit for Ray and Talia back in January, seeing like the family there and the kids in their face and running around that, cause like, dude, we need more family events because there is a market and there's people who want to participate, but in the bar scene, I mean, it complicates things, but there's ways around it, obviously. We figured it out.
Yeah.
So September 19th, Talk Like a Pirate karaoke pregame party, prizes. Laura, I have booty for you.
Yeah, I do have booty. I have plenty of booty for thou.
But yeah, drinks, prizes.
I thought we were avoiding these jokes. We specifically said
that was on me.
They did. They told me cut back on the booty speak. But booty means treasure.
Oh, that's how some people see it. She be having
so September 19th, that Friday, karaoke jam pre-party here. Wear your cosplay, wear your pirate shit, your nice shit, whatever you want. Be a Klingon, whatever you want to do that day, or both days. 20th, starting as well. Doors be at 12:30. We got Lucha Libre, then 13 bands one after another. We got 2 fire dancer routines at night outside, a belly dancer. Get your photos of the New Mexico Mermaids. Prizes, cosplay contests, kids and adults. And hope to have some of the cosplayers in the show very soon to talk more detail about that, more about the anime scene, because that's Danny's strong suit, not so much mine, but I'm trying to learn.
Yeah, it's not really my really big strong suit, but knowing how, like, if you go to like the, I guess, Anime Mundo or the El Paso anime, you see there's a lot of people, and you're like, huh. And then a lot of people like metal and anime. So
even
it's
in
like
regular Comic Cons, you still see a lot of anime, like voiceover actors, all that kind of stuff.
And so there's a market like for this stuff, and a lot of people like metal and anime. So it's like, why not put it together?
You're hitting all the geek boxes. Okay, the metal, the wrestling, the anime, the comics, the gamers.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Tabletop and video.
The question is, what kind of nerd are you?
How many boxes can you check?
Yeah, like, and that's the whole thing. Like, be yourself. That's pretty much the idea of this fest. It's just to be yourself. Come have a great time.
And you have a good time. No one will look more foolish than I will, I promise. Get there early. You might see you do something really stupid with it. I'll leave it at that. Anything else you guys want to add before we take off here?
Remember, be there or be forgotten.
Bring your swords and your dragons.
You heard the lady. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.